Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Hope you're all doing well tonight. Hello, Dragon. Hope you're doing well. It's July 1 a.m. Hmm. Could be, there's a number of possibilities. You time traveled a few hours into the future. It's 1 a.m. currently. User error there on your end. Um, Skill issue. That's another option. The other option is time zones. I mean, any of them are possibilities, though. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, I think I forgot to start the. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. I just need to refresh that. Let's see if that works. Doobie doobie doo. Come on, closed captions. Do your thing. I mean, they're running, so it should be fine. Might just be on my view here that it's not showing. Oh well. But yeah. So tonight I'm doing some mapping. So I've started cooking this grass map here, sort of a mixture of styles, I guess. Well, not really. It's not a mixture of styles like in the sense of surfaces, but kind of like mashes together a couple of different types of grass. Like we got a couple of fast sections, some slower sections. You need to manage your gears and angles. And we got some transitional elements as well thrown in there for good measure. So I'll just save this quickly because the game crashed me with a UI bug earlier. So it's a little rough around the edges still, but we are cracking on with this. Right. Oh yeah, so what I forgot was it's just oop, yeah, just a nice chill session. A little on the tired side tonight, so just taking it easy. Kind of been doing stuff for the past couple of days, so just yeah. So just being a smidge tired. Nothing difficult though. Just just hauling a bunch of shit around really. Now... I want to try get that transition smoother. Because it'd feel a lot more so in line with what I do have, like in terms of jumps. I think a more lateral jump would allow me to achieve that. Let's try that. I'll ignore this area for now. Now that does work better. Aye, right. Right. Oh, forgot to set my category, lol. Just noticed. Trackmania. Boom. There we go. That usually helps. I feel like something, like, getting close to something. Getting close. Let's just delete that for now, because it's kind of space restricting currently. I mean, hold on. Let's try a different approach. How about that? So it's like, zoom. Yeah, you know, that descriptive sound. Zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom. Let's just get a feel for the lead up as well. Hmm. That does work better again. Doesn't it feel smoother though? Because like the very first transitional jump we had, like in the map, is a lot smoother. I mean, this is still pretty smooth. Don't get me wrong, but it could be better. I want to have that buttery smooth jump and landing. What if we just cut out that altogether? Though that does have the possibility of being a bit inaccessible. I mean, hey, it worked. It doesn't change. It doesn't really change it. I think it just gives it a more difficult appearance. I suppose it does. If you're higher up, then you're gonna have a bumpier landing. That also means you can potentially. Hold on, let me kick. Also means you could even get a more horizontal approach. Like that. That's not too bad. That's not bad. Still working away at it though. Ooh. And then like if you get a good angle there, then you can still like that as well, yeah. Hmm. So if I put a checkpoint around there, and I think we're kicking, that does punish you for cutting that corner there, which I don't want necessarily. I'd want to maybe put a checkpoint about there-ish, just a gate or something. Flat start. Let's go for a half bank. Let's see. Actually, maybe a downwards turn. Let's test this out. Now, how do I feel about this? Hmm. Feels quite bad, that sort of turn there, but you know, I'll stick with it. I could even have a little transition over to there as well. Let's grab this. Do that. Ooh, now that could be quite nasty, but I think it's still decently tasteful though. I would like to put a checkpoint there to catch someone just in case. Yeah, that works. That's good. Smooth as silk. Tell you what. Tell you what. pop a tree here, and that just sort of helps guide you over. It's not very visible, not the most visible of turns, especially because it's quite flat. Ah, okay. I'm just thinking, do I want to have a little extra bit like that sort of comes around, or like an earlier catch there as well, like as a just in case. Like it's not free, but it's there as a possibility. Here's to do with this area here. Let's pop a. I mean that's. I'm just thinking. Let's pop a fence here. And that gets rid of a cut. Because we don't have cuts in this house. So if I do a hard restart there, then we can make it quite easily. Yeah, so there's no problems there. Yeah, just tonight I'm just kind of fancying some turn like brain off mapping sort of stuff. Just because when I draw, I've got to I feel like I've got to actively think more. Whereas this is a sort of just a lot easier to just put stuff down, drive it, and repeat that stuff. Repeat it. Delete if it doesn't work, Just in one big circle. It's the circle of life. This one, yeah, I haven't really thought about it, but if I do a hard restart here, okay, so you can actually, this is actually respawnable, that jump. So I suppose if you do butcher it, like, incredibly, then there's an option. And there will be people that butcher it incredibly. So let's see how long this takes. Maybe it's, I don't know, I don't think it's too speed checky. Though that might just be, like, my own bias because I've driven it a lot. Though I do fail it quite a lot. So that could be mostly because I'm taking it from an incorrect angle. What if I did that? Let's grab a gate. Pop it in. Let's just give a wee test. It's a lot more forgiving. Oh, that's smooth. That's good. Doobie doobie doo. I just need to test this a bit more. Driving on this feels a little. The gear feels weird here because it feels like you want to like keep gear 3, like, but the thing is, it's so easy to overshoot it unless like you. It's just so easy to overshoot it. So it doesn't really feel satisfying in my mind. So I'll need to tune that turn. I don't mind that because it forces you to just do a little bit of straightening up, so it sort of imposes a good line to take. So for the time being, let's think about this turn in particular. I could improve it by just say broadening it, and that'd be a pretty easy fix actually. So if I do that, uh, let's have a think. Quick noodle. And that gets to the same height overall, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. Let's see how that plays out. Oh yeah, that's far better. Especially if I want this to be like some sort of maybe track of the day format. I don't know. So let's Okay, I feel like that jump's going to be easy as well because you're going to be able to carry speed around a lot more reliably. Just a little bit more to the side there, then I would have been absolutely fine. Like that. Yeah, that's what I want. That is smooth as butter. What other smooth things are there that I can compare it to? What other similes can I use? Whenever I carry some speed around, it kind of like gets it sort of more towards this format again. So maybe like a little turbo or something. Still a little half block here. Well, not half block. Just half bank. I think that's good. Let's just drive this. Zoop. Now, I don't know about that actually. Let's go back to this. I think that's fine with our checkpoint there, because kind of it's its own section there. Probably be a little excessive, especially like if you have a bad angle there, and then it's like for some reason you're like shooting off that way through a soft respawn. So a hard respawn sets you back maybe like a few more seconds back, but it means you can line yourself up better again for that entry in that and get yourself up to speed properly. So let's find a half bank to flat turn. Oh, sorry, not half bank. By slope to flat like that, except a bit shallower. Is there any shallower? No, it doesn't look like it, but that's fine. Hmm. I'm thinking. I know that's a dangerous thing for me to do, but I'm thinking, what if that? So downhill chicane. We got a little drifty poo going along there. Maybe one block wider. Hold on, let's just change the checkpoint entry. I could be falling into visibility issues here with these transitions. Okay, one block longer. So let's do a longer turn like that. Longer sweep. And checkpoint. I think I just... perhaps I just need to straighten out or something. That's probably the best bet, I would say. So let's do that, straighten out. And turn like that, then you can drift cleanly there. And boom. I'm kind of thinking about using the grass there on the ground. Not entirely sure in what way, but maybe just like a little chicane or something into the end. Not chicane, a little slalom sort of thing. I think that could be interesting. I think that'd be quite fun. Just turbo, and then just, I don't know, that, just maybe like ending there or something. I don't know. No, that's not too far, especially with the speed you're carrying. Let's just set some pillars out for now, just as a test the waters sort of thing. Test the waters type beat. Probably too short a distance there. Good work. Going into there at the end. Let's just do that for now. Just block it out so we can figure it out. Then finish? I don't know, that could work. If I dress up and make all fancy looking like... Something's missing from it though. I mean, obviously, aside from, like, some stuff to spice it up. Let's just see how long it takes to drive all this first. It's probably like closing on 50 seconds, I can imagine, when you drive it decently enough. Now, I still managed to regain gear 4 just before leaving the jump, which is quite nice. That kind of tells me that it actually plays quite well. Yeah, my sort of instincts tell me to like drive like that, but uh, maybe straighten it out a bit more. Yeah, have the car straighten out a bit more before getting shot off into the grass. I think that'd play out better. Kind of feel a bit more accessible in the sense that you can see the approach a bit more before you actually enter it. You can line yourself up on the turbo and the turn. Yeah, so if we do that, that's a bit more interesting at the very least. Let's give this a quick save, just so. I'm just thinking. I suppose there's not really much I can do to make it more that more interesting, right? Um, which I don't know. That's not really. It's not really something that I want it to be interesting. It's a bit of snooze fest end. May have like the car come up or something, which means there's a bit more you can do. 2 a.m. aware. Damn, that's crazy. If you, oh, you're heading off. Alrighty. Have a good night, Dragon. See you around. Thanks for stopping by to say hi, though. No, you don't need to apologize. Not your fault. Time zones exist. You start stream earlier. I can't promise that I will. Like, if I do get the opportunity to, then I will. But like again, I'm sure it would be, but like I can't really start it earlier if I can't start it earlier. That's just kind of it, really. I mean, I sympathize with you. I do because there's streamers that I watch that start quite late in like relative to my time zone. But again, I do appreciate you stopping by. That that means the world to me. Perhaps I need to change this just because maybe I'm just not adjusting enough to it. But it just kind of the natural line of this feels like I should be higher. So what if I moved this all just one block up? Oh, hey, Momentadori. Good to see you around. Hi, Robo. So glad you can catch the stream at this beautiful hour of your time zone. Hello, hello. I'm glad you're able to catch it. Hope you're doing well tonight. No, why am I deleting all that? I don't need to delete all that. Oh, that's why I moved. Silly me. That's why I moved it all up one block. So I can actually. Well, no, that's why I deleted the base there, so I can actually move it all up one block. So there's a thing there. So let's just do that. That might not work, but we can see. The beauty of undo and redo. Let's try a little steeper, perhaps. Still not steep enough. You're gonna lurk now. Hope I have a good stream. Alrighty. Thanks for saying hi. Nice to see you around. And have a good lurk. Ooh. Now that works. How consistent is it though? I mean, feels consistent. Probably also because I changed the approach up. Oop. Yeah, that honestly that feels like a far better transition. And that's still doable. So that's all good. Let's change this up a little bit. Let's do. I'm not too attached to that at all, really. Let's just swatch that, and then do that. No, that could work out quite nicely. Let's just get a better approach, though. I might just extend that by one, just so we don't get wrecked by it. Because I do notice myself going into that area quite a lot. So let's just save that quickly. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Okay, right. One sec. Hmm. Nah, it's a little bit iffy. So maybe one up. Yeah, that ought to be far better. Let's pull it out by one. Let's try that. Let's have a quick gander. Is there any just one block half slopes? Doesn't look like it, which is a little sucky, but ooh, pardon me, but that's fine. Oh yeah, for anyone who plays Trackmania in my chat, I've released a couple of my latest maps on it on TM Exchange. My Cherry Blossom Technica and Industrial Tilter. Just decided to put them out today since or since there's a very low chance of them being track of the day. So it's like, well, let's just put them up. So if you want to give them a go, then they're there to download. Um, Cherry Blossom Technica is a pure tech map. It's it's got some tight turns and narrow passages, but it's quite fun to play though. It's got a good variance in turns while still keeping within the theme of the map. And then Industrial Tilter is a desert car map. Where the name might infer, it's about making use of the ability of the car to tilt, so you can avoid going on avoid having all your wheels on the penalty sand as much as possible. It's quite a tricky one. Like it's got some very narrow turns, sharp turns as well. So yeah, You do that, then you could have a nice little where's it here? You'd like just turn into there or something? So, like swoop around. Or alternatively, like you could kind of swoop around like that might be a little too sharp. So maybe extending that by one, then you could do that. Um yeah, that could work. Let's just do that. I mean, yeah, no, that's fine. Got that. Beep, bibbity bobbity boop. That's still faster than a smooth transition. I want the smooth movement to be faster, as opposed to just the jump down unga bunga, or the straight and narrow versus the slightly more windy movement. I want the windy movement to be the option. I mean, I could put a pole there to force it, which would work. It could just be the nature of that turn there. Hmm. Let's just see, speed-wise, what we get. So you're a lot more likely to lose your if you try to go for that straight jump into the turn. I mean, honestly, putting a pull there is not even a terrible shout. It does obscure the turn a little bit, which is a bit shit, but it also just it naturally pushes the person towards. Let's save this. Let's go to that. Wait, why am I using a custom piece there? Hmm. Oh well. Official. Yeah. Pull. Yeah, still a little so great there. That'd work. Now you can drive through them, but probably it's a bit of a bait, really. I just want to see. Yeah, you gotta like straighten out too much to do it. I mean, it's probably possible, but might just be better to. Oh, I did clip that just then. Let's just quickly do that. Let's just bump it up a little bit. Hello, Mr. Picked Block. Let's just save this. Just before. Just in case there's any wayward crashes coming along my way. Nudge it up. Got a nice little step there. What are the changes again? In test mode, press home to set the respawn point. Ah. As though you spawned from a checkpoint at that location. Add a duplicate items tab, a waypoint order summary. BNI waypoints drop down above table. Show checkpoint order in BNI tab. Box and items tab. Off zone toggle, patch toggle under advanced settings. Okay. So if we go to that, then where is it? Waypoints. I don't quite understand. Let's just ground this quickly. Blocks and items. Waypoint. How's this work? I don't quite understand. Let's save it. Overwrite. So if we start from the start, bonk. Well, that's good still. Waypoint order. Don't understand that. Still. Oh, that's almost really good there. Almost super smooth. Forty seconds. That's a pretty good time actually at the moment. But I'd say we can extend it maybe like by another few seconds perhaps. Let's try that. I want to see how smooth that transition is. It looks like it should be good. Ah, so close. So very close. Like half a block pulled back. It should be chef's kiss. Then again, what if I just lengthen it? Nah, I think pull it back by like half a block or quarter block. Choices. So many choices. Who knows? Keep on dropping the gear there. I know it's possible to keep the gear, but why am I dropping it so much? Uh, yeah, I think just pull it back a small bit and then it's fine, I'd say. Okay. If I just like soften it up a little bit, like that, and do that. That's faster. That's overall faster, which means you can get that more. You can get that more reliably, and I don't need to adjust that either. Feels better to drive. And then, obviously, if you don't have the gear, well, hold on, let's do a hard reset here. So, gear 3 into gear. So you get gear 4 there, which is fine. Let's have a look at aerial checkpoints, mayhaps. Like that. Don't know how that would be, but uh, let's let's just try it out first before we like commit to them. Yeah, no, that's good. Let's do a hard respawn. I mean, that works as well. Let's try another hard respawn. Going for the inside. Yeah, that works. In that case... And that prevents cuts there as well. Maybe do that into the finish. Don't think it's a bad idea. You do that, hop down there, and then hop. And a little air brake tap to just align yourself better. And would you look at that? You know, What if we did a bug slide? I need to not drop the gear though. Okay, that works. Yeah, that's good. I do like that. We got some of those little windy elements. We got some transitional elements and some yeah. Well, so got a nice little mixture of stuff. So yeah, let's keep it low enough that you can see that ish, kinda. Not really, but you know. I'm just telling myself. Now, is there any possibility of a reroute? At this time, it doesn't look like it. It's because, like, I mean, you could technically, like, wrap around there, but I don't know if that's faster. Because, again, like, you'd still have to travel down there and up there. Let's just give it a little sniff test. So let's drive the normal way first. Decently, obviously. That's about 12 set. Well, round up to 12. Nah, there's no way it's faster. that gear is tough. That gear is quite tough to keep. Going up that little slope corner. I might remove that last pull there. Just... yeah. Feels like it should go. Or should it? Does it get in the way, actually? Hmm. Anyway, let's, oh, apparently that's not linked. I thought it was. Lol. Okay, let's link checkpoint. Hello, I'd rather you didn't just close the window. The editor's a little buggy at times. So that's 9 checkpoints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no. I know I removed. No, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 checkpoints. I can count, guys. Yeah, now I'm going to remove that pole. A lot of approaches are going to hit that. Definitely not a skill issue. Definitely not. So let's crack on with that then. Ooh, excuse me. Drop the gear. Come on, robot, you can do this. Oh, that's a bit scuffed. Barely made it. Right, let's try that again. Okay, 44.36. That can go down a lot more, like easily into the mid 43s. Easily. Which means, like, for someone better, that could go into the low 43s, if not a bit lower than that. That can be pushed a lot. But let's put a pin in that for now, because I need to go to the toilet. So I shall BRB, guys. Burpity burp burp burpity burp burp burp. Turned. Hello, hello, hello. I am back. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Doopy doopy doo. Okay, let's just stress test this map a bit. Just give it a good old few runs, see what we can do. And brainstorm what can be improved. Still think the feel of that turn could be better while retaining the same speed. That, yeah, the fact that it's a flat turn, it feels a bit uncharacteristic compared to the rest of the map, which is which has a lot more is typically more slanted. Even that, which is a relatively flat turn, it's still got a slant to it. Oh right, yeah. I drove like a flat 43 basically. Yeah, I feel like that could be different in some way. I do want to make sure to retain that, well, the level of speed that I have. Well, it's not that's a bad turn. It's just in the context of things. Whoop. Because the rest of this feels pretty natural. That's a mid 43 there. Which, yeah, honestly, that does translate to a low 43 or sub 43, I would say, on a really strong run. That felt average. You can get a better line on this bit, which should probably save a couple of tenths at least, I would say. While the speed does even out somewhat, maybe a quicker straighten out here means you get more speed overall. Yeah, no, there's areas that I can save time. This is an area as well to save time. A better transition onto there into a better slide. So if I enter enter the normal the normal road surface on the outside there, then that means I can get a wider line in like that. Though that does get quite difficult. I mean, that felt pretty good. Yeah, like see what like that's what I was talking about when I yeah when I was talking about the transition onto here and the turnaround there. Um, see how I like managed to sort of get myself a bit more straightened out. Well, there's as eating less of the penalty grass. Then I like turned into it. It's like so sort of rotating. So like swoop swoop. Choo. A bit of rotito petito. I'm tempted to try this without the grass road there, just to see what it's like. I do like the fact that it like sort of accentuates the speed difference. Actually, that's hella smooth. That actually felt really good. And I think also what helps was the fact that there's no grass there to slip on. So you retain the full traction around the turn, rather than having to, like, go, well, slow down a lot more. Yeah, see how far you can push that. Honestly, it feels really interesting to drive. Then you can get a nose slide. Like once you like get like 3/4 way around this turn, which is also a good little skill check. But it still is accessible to low skill players, which is important. Because like you want it to be drivable in a wide range of skills, but still huntable and pushable by high skilled players. And I feel like this has a good level of accessibility. I'm really happy with this map so far. I think for a cup format, it's not even a bad map either. Like, there's plenty of places to catch up to people. Grass is like very good in that regard. Honestly, though, I'm probably just so glazing myself. It's like, oh, look how good this is. Ho, 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 ho. Do 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 dooby dooby doo, Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? I don't know if I'm a fan of that actually. I prefer like forcing the person to the inside line. Well, not inside line, but not so far. I don't want them to go so far out there. So that might lead to an excess of speed. Oh, speed. Speedos. Right, right. We're cooking. I think if I just limit this a bit more, then it'd be fine. That's all I need to do. You know what? In that case, let's try this. So there's a little bit of extra real estate there on the edge. It's just not too much more. Oh, that actually lines up quite nicely in terms of S curves. Neat. It's not perfect, but actually, that's pretty smooth. Nice. Good job. Ugh. Hop. Right. Bonk. Right. Okay. In conclusion, don't know. I'm a little conflicted about this. Let's remove that. I mean, what do I think? Uh, struggling. Let's remove that again. Just see where we land. Because it worked out. It was absolutely fine before. I'm used to land. I'm used to that landing now. Let's shallow up the angle a bit, and that still drives pretty well. The the only reason why I put it there is just because of like visibility stuff. It's not a visible jump at all, and then it's going into a steer right after a right hand turn. I mean, it's pretty natural, all things considered. It's just trying to make it. It's just trying to the visual approach side of things. For learning, like, I suppose the issue that, like, the only issue you could probably, like, come across is, like, the aerial checkpoint there. It does serve as a visual indicator, but it doesn't really do good enough of a job on its own. Bonk. So this bit needs a lot of testing, mostly for a feel sort of feel from a feel perspective, I would say. Uh, what happens if I do that? That's probably too high up. Yeah. What about into back? Just into this is full on bank. You know, so it's that. It's 3, and let's try that. Probably too steep. I'd probably like err on the side of it's too steep, but let's not rule it out yet. Or I could always extend it to 3 blocks length with just a good old custom piece. Flat start, half bank. So that's half bank left. So we want just bank left. Like that. Let's just remove that for now. It looks hella weird though. I'm not convinced by it. Oh wait, that's probably because it's 1 up there. That's 2 up. Let's try 1 up. Well, I mean, we could even try even. Let's try this for now. Doopy doopy doo. You know, let's go back to the 1 up. The 2 up, I mean. As weird as it looks, it might just work. There's a hell of a lot more speed checky, which is the only downside. And it's not it's not the smoothest transition either. You'd need a little bit more speed, which I'm a bit hesitant to do. What if we extended it by 1 block again? So 4 long. Now, that simplifies it a lot, actually. Does it simplify it too much? Because on one hand, like... let's compare the pieces, actually. So, flat start, half bank, left... Is it just this one? No, is 1 up. No, it is, was it that? Yeah, it was that. So that's kind of the difference. As you can see, let's just quickly save this. As you can see, that the 4 long flat to bank has a bit more height on the outer side of on the outer edge compared to this, which is a lot shallow, which is a lot lower. I mean, we could always try that. That looks a bit jank though. It probably needs to be 3 long in this case. Yeah. Try 3 length. That gives a bit more parity to the 4 length flat to bank. Ooh. Now that's pretty good actually. That's smooth. I do like that. Right. Let's keep noodling this. Because I'm closing on something that I think I want something that rewards good driving, but that not something that's not this, but something that's accessible as well. I'm closing in on something. Because like the first iteration of it, whereas the 2 length to 1 up, I think it was. Yeah. It's probably just a little like too blind, I'd say. I mean, problem here still is like, I mean the problem's still there, but it just drives better. And it's kind of a natural point to jump off as well. There's a natural landing. Like, it feels very fluid and natural. So like, I don't really want to change much else of that. Like, and for this map, like, fluid driving is, fluid driving and transitions is, king. Obviously, like, I want the player to, like, have to push corners a little bit more as well, which is why I've got some of those really sharp turns dotted in there. 2, 1. I mean, the checkpoint length from this to there isn't that bad either. So I don't need the aerial checkpoint. I'm tempted to, yeah, I'm tempted to have a little bit of penalty grass just to slow you down a touch. Just a small amount though, nothing much. But maybe while you're in the slide, so it pushes you out just a little bit more as well. So I'm just kind of thinking maybe around there. Yeah, that's good. Let's give that a whirl. Oh, yeah, that's actually pretty good. So that's from one angle there. Let's try just a scattered approach. Donk. Obviously, if you just like let it auto slide, then I think it's gonna send you into the wall. So you need to have a bit of manual input there. There probably is a world where you can just auto slide this, but I think honestly, I'm happy. I like this. But still requires a bit of manual input to tackle that turn successfully. Donk. Right, let's give this another just full on drive around. Yeah. Yeah, I just need some more visual indicators, really, and then it should be fine. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I don't think you heard that tiny little hiccup of mine. Let's get some vertical wall. Let's stop to there. I mean, a ring checkpoint isn't out of the question again, I would say. Like, let's see how that drives first, just to make sure that that grass doesn't interfere. Don't think it does, but quite easy to overshoot this actually. Don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I'm being too pernickety? You know? A little too nitpicky about the transition. Oh, I mean, obviously it's to do with the approach. Like, yeah, like obviously you can't cater to every single possible approach. You want to appeal. You want to have a decent range of approaches viable, but you can't have all of them viable. So I think it's fine. I could always like frame it, like sort of like do so like a sort of square frame there or something, then narrow it down there to like show that sort of like give a sort of little target that you're aiming for. It's not a bad shout, but we do also need some signage because yeah, it just makes it better to drive and so means the people in map review might have a fighting chance at navigating it, especially when when like track review people like fail to navigate even the simplest of things. Like I can already see some people like trying to turn left there. I can already imagine it. What else? I can imagine people like just driving off the edge there or jumping off straight there. You know, that if you can think of a possible point of failure, multiple people will fail it, and that is a promise. Let's just widen this out a bit, just to make that turn a little more forgiving. Because I myself have, well, from driving it, I've noticed myself just sort of being a bit too wide a lot of the time, even though I've done the turn quite well. So just widening it out a bit there means it's a bit more forgiving. Like so. It's not that not the fastest way to do that turn, but it's a bit more accessible that way. And people who know the game will know that as well. They'll be able to get a more consistent line like this. I actually kept pretty decent revs there throughout that turn, which was a bit surprising actually. Nice, 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 nice. Hmm. Do I want to turn this to penalty grass? I might do because I feel like some people. I do have a suspicion that people who can uh, think when driving will try to turn really sharp, then complain. So let's just nip that in the bud. For God's sake. I'd like it if you didn't just close on me. Checkpoint settings. Actually, how is the respawn from here? It's almost actually pretty decent. So that it's in the middle of the turn, which isn't great. I mean, from here, like, this is actually a pretty good respawn. Because you get to year 4 there, which is ideal. Even if you have bad gear up there, you can still gear up. I wonder, can you do a bug slide in there? I don't think you can, but never say never. Actually, no, you don't have enough speed at all. You just try to angle yourself as good as possible for that last turn. Like that. And then that's the best way of doing it, really. You remember, maybe if I raise this by 1 block, that brings it up that brings it into view just a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's good. I like that. Now, the next thing to tackle, I think, is this little bit here. I might just widen it up a bit, just replace this all with platform instead. That way, you don't, like, yeah, a lot of those cases where you bump into here, which it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a get good sort of thing and take the turn right, stupid. Um, but, you know, I want to try that. And you've seen me drive into that plenty of times as well. So it's not a unique situation. Though it is funny to see people drive into that. I wouldn't lie. Let's try and get a better entry into there, because as the gearing was a little wonky. Too far to the inside there, actually. Yeah, that's a better approach there now. Pop. Now I seem to be hitting the inside of that corner quite a lot for some reason. Yeah, that feel the look of that hairpin is a lot better now as well. Pop. Yeah, I'm bashing into that a lot more now. I don't know why. Don't know what's making that difference. Alright, alright. Do. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe. Well, let's try this again. Put that back there. Like that. Just need to try a bunch of different combinations. Yeah, that feels better, actually, compared to the penalty grass being driven over. Almost dropped the gear there. Yeah, no, that's good. I think that's a pretty good version of that section. It looks sharp, and it is, but it actually feels pretty solid to drive, I would say. And just for good measure as well, I'll put some flags here. Oh, hey, Vibin. Making a track of the day map confirmed. Um, yeah, basically. Swooshy grass turns, check. Um, little bits of some custom blocks, check. Um, what else? I don't know. Grass in general, yeah, pretty much. I don't normally like build grass. It just yeah, it is weird how there's like a lot of sort of those grass of the days. um, no, this is the only way Trackmania players will touch grass. So, gotta get them to do it in some way, right? Excuse me. Though I have to say the a big difference between this and other tracks, well, grass of the days is well, blend of scenery. This is a blend of scenery type beat, I would say. You get a lot of that. Um, also, a lot more custom block usage. There's a lot more that Nadia's addicted to grass. Fair enough. Yeah. Actually, speaking of custom blocks, what if I did a grass turn here? Grass road. Too much of anything is bad. Yeah, I suppose. And we get too many grass track of the days. Outside angled things. Don't know. Interesting. That's actually quite interesting, that geometry there. Is it all outside things? No. Yeah, no, I know it dips down. I'm just looking. Let's just. Oh yeah, I forgot the other side as well has to work. I was thinking, that works. I don't see what the problem is. Then when you get there, it's like, oh yeah, let's stick with that. Yeah, exactly. And I don't want you to have to jump across. any of that? No. Damn it. So I see. I like these stripes a lot. They're clean and it's easy to see the things on them. Except for that, oh Jesus Christ. Um, but like these are really good. The only problem is it's not available on this. Available on that. Not, not available on that I'm pretty sure. Which is a big ol' minus there. Yeah, normally I don't build grass tracks. Though the reason why this came around was because my brother's like, "Ooh, like I'll set out some checkpoints and you connect them." Then like he put some stuff down and I drove it and it's like, change this a little bit, Andy, and this will feel better. And it kind of evolved into like with this section here, just the bit that I'm circling with my cursor. Um, and then it's like, oh, you know what? So he was like, I'm not entirely sure about having it. You just go straight into this. So I was like, okay, I'll put something like to sort of approach at the start, and then I put this in, and then the rest is history. Just me expanding upon it. But I'm glad because this is nice. It's good. It's also a nice change from the normal tech or speed tech that I make. Oh, whoops. We're 3.4-ish there. That could have been a better run as well. So got a decent length, I would say. Yeah, I'm just gonna start doing some decoration and signage. Do 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 do, dooby dooby doo. What about removing these? Uh, and, having that tailed off like that. Let's develop that a bit more. How about that? Actually, no, that justifies its existence there. We got that. We take this. Bish bash bosh. I could raise it one even. Let's try that. Let's try that. Do that. Oh, that looks cool, doesn't it? Looks pretty neat. Well, that's pretty nice. I like that. It can be spruced up a bit more, but it's a pretty good start, I'd say, to decoration. Maybe I'm just thinking the flags there. I'd say they might trick the person into going over yonder to like go towards the flags. You know, not in a good way either. Uh, okay, now I need to just set that inward just a smidge. Vert to free, and let's push it in the X. Yeah, there we go. And it's pretty much unnoticeable. Let's just do it with all these as well. And I'll convert them to free blocks and then push them in. How hard is it to do the ice flick, the one where you have dirt and ice on your wheels to make it easier to do a turn? Oh, I'll just quickly save this. So, it's not actually too bad. And welcome in, by the way. Hope you're doing well tonight. I'll just quickly demonstrate. So, da, 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 da. It's it depends on the speed a little bit. Like if you're going too fast, then you can slide out. Um, but you don't need too much speed to do it. Even like one of the seasonal tracks, I think is I think is winter. Had a little ice flick. So let's just get icy wheels. But like that might be fine. Yeah. You don't need a lot of speed to do it, and it's better at a sort of lowish speed anyway, like that. All you need to do is just hold forward and the input. Now, from what I recall, there is some sort of brake trick that you can do to speed up, to make it faster, but I don't know how to do it, but you can just easily tackle it like that. Let's just let's put a turbo there to see the yeah, like if you're going too fast, then you can't actually do it. So let's try just a little turbo gate as another thing. Yeah, no, it's actually wrong way, lol. It's actually easy enough to do. It's kind of a yeah. It's a low speed maneuver, I would say. And then you can have it like that. Oops a daisy. There's a two. I sort of pre-rotated too much there. But yeah, that's you like the backwards turbo sections where you basically drive backwards over them to make them not react. Oh yeah, backwards driving's a funny thing. I'm not very good at it, but it's interesting to do. Yeah, I do like plastic bounces. They're fun. What's the difference in acceleration between plastic and normal road? Oh, there's a massive difference. Yeah, let me show you. Like even just like from the start, you can immediately see. I'll just put a checkpoint here and a checkpoint here just to show. So normal road, let's just do that. 2.95 seconds. 2.3. Let's just confirm again. Oops, that's not the way. It's quite significant. And then on top of that, because of the low traction on the road, you can do little speed wiggles as well to get to your destination a bit quicker. So if I just drive straight, drive straight, 5.72. 5.7 versus what was it? 5.78 or something. Yeah, you can see the difference there if you just look at the ghost. Yeah, it's quite significant. Whereas like on road you couldn't do that because of the high traction. Is there also rubber in the game? I think technically there is there is a rubber surface, but it's not really used, as far as I'm aware, on like the drive on the driving surfaces you see. I don't know what it's used in, but there is a physics material for rubber. So I'm not really too familiar with the driving aspects of it. Because that looks the most grippy. Oh, you haven't seen wood then. Hold on, let me show you wood. Because wood is a grippy. And it's also a really funky surface. Wood is the grippiest surface in the game by far. Alright, hold on, I'll get some more speed up in this. Let's just chuck a turbo there. Because why not? It's all fun and games. Oh no, you're too fast. Lol. You can take that. It's a little tight, but you can make that turn. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, and another because it's very direction based. When you're like landing on wood as well, like it'll basically force the car to just drive in that direction, as you can see, just like by landing it. And what's also very interesting about wood is on this surface you can reach like on low speeds it's got low acceleration, but on high speeds it has ridiculous acceleration. Um, there's a like when wood was released, a technique called the woggle was discovered, a wood wiggle. Hold on, it's quite difficult to do, but you need to start like getting your car wiggling a bit, like, and then you can like get massive acceleration. So I'll just like show like it's relatively slow like that. If you kind of look at the speedometer, like you can kind of see that it starts accelerating fast and faster, slowly but surely. What's the major difference between the stadium car and rally car? Oh, the handling is entirely different. So just do that. Stuff like that. So stadium car, kind of like that. Full steering. You got that. You can also drift. What have you? Acceleration's pretty decent. Let's grab the rally car. Do. So we'll just start off right at the beginning. So you'll notice that I got off the start a lot quicker. But but if I try to do sharp steering at well, even relatively low speeds of like 130, you'll see the car starting to skid. So what you want to do to tackle these turns as good as possible is to steer smoothly, like so. And also, releasing on the rally car, unlike the stadium car, the sort of natural deceleration of it is actually pretty gentle, though the brakes are really strong. Yeah, it sort of drags it drags the car sort of around. Yeah, just like brakes are really strong on this car. So it brakes a lot more suddenly than the stadium car does. Which car's the least used? Uh, well, it's unfair to say the desert because it was just released. Um, it's between. Well, if we're discounting the desert for now, it's between between the snow and the rally. I don't know. Mm, I'd probably say currently the snow car. if we're discounting the desert, because desert was just released last month. Um, but I could see desert getting used more, because the handle snow has more grip on snow, you presume. Well, on penalty snow, it handles better than other cars. But again, like that's on penalty snow, which is a really slow. Well, that's like the harshest penalty surface you can have, and it's also slippy, which is very inhospitable, very bad for driving on. So we took the snow car in. You can see that it handles a lot better. It's because well, the snow car itself has ridiculously high grip naturally, and it's got low speeds, so it handles this pretty well. Though what is a little awkward about the snow car is on on ice though it doesn't handle. There's a tiny little the turning radius of it is so ridiculously large that you can basically say that it doesn't handle on ice. And to get any semblance of steering on ice, you got to turn the car horizontally. Which car would you choose on a drift track? So like one on a tech track, the stadium car, because the stadium car is the only car that can like where you can actually initiate drifts. So yeah, I'll just show you. Like once you reach like 180ish at least, then you can start sort of drifting like that by pressing and holding the brake. Oh, hey, Dream Sorceress. Good to see you around tonight. How you doing? But yeah, if I try to like do like manually initiate a drift, then with any of the other cars, then it won't work. Will there be a dedicated drift car? Um, I don't know if there will be one in the near future, but there is one called the Canyon car. You're just dropping by for a little bit. Alrighty. I suppose it is quite late. But yeah, so the Canyon car, which is a vehicle in in the Trackmania 2 environments, is a proper drifting car, and that's one of that's a really popular car as well. So it would be interesting to see that in this version of Trackmania, because I really like the car as well. Let's convert to free block. What kind of map am I making? I am making a grass type map. Just give me one sec. Just yeah. So it's kind of a sort of slight mixture of grass disciplines. Um, yeah, I'm doing some household chores. So we've got some slow sections of grass going into higher section, into some slightly higher speed sections, interspersed between. That wasn't very good. but with some nice flowing turns as well. And some transitions as well. So yeah, so we've got a mixture of different aspect of like driving disciplines in here. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the track so far. I think there's good room for like well, people who aren't like as good at the game to like to drive the track, but then there's good room for high skill players to hunt the track as well and try push lines and well, really strong times as well. There are no wall rides in this track, unfortunately. I don't think it's very suitable for this style. A future track though. Rusty wall rides you never see. Those are you generally see wall like grass wall rides in a more sort of full speed style of track. Just because they're slippy. That or like reactors and stuff. But this track is not like fast enough in terms of speed to accommodate for a wall ride. Like the only section that could accommodate it is this bit, but that's just a push. How far did I go on the deep dip maps? So I did play through like almost half of the checkpoint version. So I got to the start of floor 8 on the many checkpoints version. Uh, yeah, Dream Sorceress was there. Though, so on the first attempt at it, I accidentally reset because I thought I unbound my car my reset keybind, and then I accidentally fat fingered it, and turns out it wasn't unbound. So then the next attempt, I made sure to unbind it. So, but yeah, I made some decent progress for trying all that stuff. I had fun with it. Though if I wanted to like actually tackle like that version of it, I'd I was saying like during the stream as well. Well, at the end of it, I'd probably need to set aside like a good few more hours so I could actually do all of the floors because it's obviously getting progressively harder as you go up. So it'd take me quite a bit longer than I probably estimated. Um, though an alternative is to do maybe just the separate floors. You need a vacation to finish it, and then when I do, I need another one to recover. Oh, if I was trying to do the normal version of Deep Dip, that'd probably be the case. Yeah. I'm not crazy enough to try that though. straight to rehab afterwards. Yeah. Well, I submit this map has a streamer map. Um, there's there's not necessarily a thing as a streamer map. It's like, I mean, I might try for this as a couple of the as a track of the day, couple of the day map. I'm feeling confident about this one. Just need to give it a bit more time in the oven to do scenery and extra testing and stuff. Why do I use grass? So it starts off with my brother challenging me to like just like connect a few checkpoints together, like that he just dotted around, and then I was like, "Hey, why don't you connect the first checkpoint?" So he decided to do it with grass. Um, so he put song together, and then we kind of then I drove it, and then he kind of refined it. Then we refined it together a bit, and it turned into to this section here. Um, then I added on this bit to the at the start, so it wasn't just immediately starting off here. And then I just decided to carry on. So then I liked this section of track a lot, so I decided to like carry on and just sort of build it, and then it just sort of developed into this. So I mean, yeah, that's why it's grass. What about kaleidoscope map? Oh, excuse me. Some sort of Rainbow Road esque thing. Do you mean? Yeah, that'd be cool. Though for that sort of map, you'd probably want something that's a bit more on the wicked side of things. And when I say wicked, I mean like sort of like just some like some wild design. You know, like the Beat Saber things you see made in Minecraft, those funky designs. Oh yeah, yeah, I think I know what you mean. I mean, with another map that I'm cooking at the moment, it's a pretty wild um idea already. It's a plastic rally car with a super reactor down. Hold on, I'll just quickly save this and show you. Driving is pretty wild already. So honestly, it could fit the build there. Oh, think you're getting pelted by ads. I'll just start driving it, and I'll just repeat it a bit more once the ads are done as well. Whoops. Bonk. I might need to adjust that slightly. Yeah. So like it's actually pretty difficult to drive. Like you might be out of ads by now, I think. Ads over. Okay, I'll do it from the start. But yeah, so it's actually pretty difficult to drive. But yeah, so it's a pretty it's a pretty unexplored concept as well. The thing about rally car on plastic and ice, and this goes with the desert car to an extent. But anyway, yeah. So with rally car, it's weird because doing slides on plastic and ice is very different to the stadium car. Because with the rally car, when you're doing turns and on plastic and that, because it slips a lot, to get actual grip around tight corners, you need to find a bite angle, and by that I mean like, so you see how like the car just sort of like slips until like I find a certain angle, then it actually starts steering properly. So that's the bite angle there, and the bite angle is dependent on the speed of the car. Need some Eurobeat music. Oh yeah, it's really suitable. Hey, this is some Tokyo Drift shit right here. Whee! But yeah, so the reactor boost just kind of basically amps up the amps up to like 11 in terms of like the bite angle and speed that you're doing it. Actually, see with this section here, without these turbos, this turn here would be ridiculously difficult to do. So those turbo gates are actually necessary to keeping the car on the track, because otherwise it actually just slides out constantly. Just because you're going so fast. And that's even after the penalty sand here to slow you down. I think track design wise, it's almost there. I just need to like adjust some. I think I just need to do a few little track adjustments. Also, for the time being, ignore the McDonald's esque colors. I just it just happened to be a yellow and red, so color coded for the time being, just so you can see like the bits you want to drive on versus like bits you don't want to stay on for long. It might have been subliminal, yeah. um, but yeah, so it's also made of plastic so it fits. Yeah, didn't really think about that aspect of it. Um, but yeah, so I think I just need to like maybe just widen the entry onto this section up just a smidge. What else? I don't know. Just improve visibility in some areas. So like I could probably like say with this section do slightly I mean if I widened it then you could see more of it. Probably to just make it pink. I could do that, yeah. um yeah, like and I suppose another big thing for this track is visibility, just because there's not much room for error despite there being some like wide bits of road, mostly just because of how the car likes to handle. Because see if I like steer too hard, then like yeah, if you steer too much, then the car slides out. If you don't steer enough, then like it doesn't steer enough, and it doesn't get into that bad angle either. So it does eventually sort of just fly off the track. So it's actually quite difficult to drive. The red bits of plastic is just kind of like some like bits of road that you don't need to drive on, but they're there to help you sort of stay on the road. But like honestly, like driving through the track, like you'll see that I do like go over like bits of red, and like that's just because it's a faster route, and that's fine. Otherwise, like it'd be way, way, way too difficult. Yellow only challenge. Yeah, I could make a challenging version of the map with just yellow. It'd be an absolute nightmare to drive. It'd be drivable though. Like, so let's just try just now. Oh, hold on. Touch the red. Hold on. I can do it. Like, yeah, as you can see, it's perfectly doable. Just, some, like, extra sort of bits and bobs to, like that. It's just, makes it a bit more difficult in some areas. But yeah, so that's it at the moment. Ah, thanks. um, what I was thinking about was doing a custom texture for the road here, which I think would service this quite nicely. Can I not skip sections? I probably could somewhere. I can't exactly place my finger where at the moment, but there probably is some sort of cut somewhere. Um, though obviously I would cut proof it in the future when I sort of like working it more. Um, yeah, at the moment it's just kind of the skeleton. Like the most sort of feasible cut I would say is here, but the only problem with this area for a cut, yeah, no, yeah, that as well. But when you're trying to do this cut, you're like trying to slow down from a really, really high speed to a really, really low speed into a U-turn, into a jump. You'd probably do that. But then you're missing out the aerial checkpoint over there. So you need to take this still, or else you're not going to be able to get it at all. So like, I'd say it's a pretty hard cut to do if it's possible, because that's easy to miss as well. Like, it is possible to hit that. It's just also a matter of, is it worth it? Say if I made it, it'd probably be about 10 seconds or so. But then, so while I made it in sort of maybe roughly the same amount of time, you also got to factor in, if I made it like this way, then I'd be, facing that way. So I'd probably have to also maybe do a hard respawn because we got reactor up, which means that's pretty much undrivable there. So you'd have to do a hard respawn, which costs some time. So it'd probably like be about 11, 12 seconds to from there to there if you try to cut it. Or maybe probably like 10. Yeah, it's I'd probably say it's not worth doing that. In terms of other carts, like you could probably like jump down to there, but then again you got reactor up. Well, no, you don't have reactor up. No, you do get reactor up there. Um, you got to go around there, and then you need to get to there afterwards, which is a pretty difficult sell, really. Again, just because of the nature of the track as well, doing some of these potential sort of reroutes is very difficult already. Like, very little room for error. You think I can... You think you can cut it just going out of the turn? Do you mean, like, exiting the turn here? And the straight part. Like, you can't, because of the reactor down, you cannot cross that gap there. You'd have to cut it like that. You gotta go to sleep. Alrighty, Dream Sorceress. Thanks for stopping by, though. Have a good night. You're like in the corner by going out of the corner. In the corner by going out of the corner. Like, just trying to think. I mean, like, out this way? At the top. Oh, right, so, like, out here. Right. Technically, yes, but it's not really a possible cut because, again, like, so once you, like, go over the top, what's the plan? Because you still have this checkpoint here to catch and this one as well. So what's cutting over here going to achieve? Because you need to think of how you're going to grab those two checkpoints. Because don't forget you've got to get all of the checkpoints to be able to finish the map. Yep, I did think of it. Oh, excuse me. Like, say if I forgot about this checkpoint. So yeah, when you're driving a map, there's technically no order you have to grab them in. It's just a map's design enforces the order you've got to take the checkpoints in. Because like technically, like I could take them in any order I wanted. It's just that the design of the map means I've got to take them in a specific order. Like, so say if I like drove the entire track, missing this one out, so I went on the inside there and just drove the entire thing, I could go back and like just drive back the way and grab this and then finish the map. It's just that's not fast to do. Excuse me. Or like at the start, I could like go along, like maybe drop down to there, drive the entire thing backwards, and then like at the end, like going through there, like try drop down into there. I should sleep soon too. Yeah, probably. It's 2:30 in my end. But I'm having fun at the moment, so I'll stick around for a bit longer. You're halfway for the sketch. Ooh, exciting stuff. I do wonder what you're gonna request. If I had to choose a request, what would it be? Good question. Oh, yeah. Oh. Excuse me. I'm not too sure at the moment. I honestly, I haven't really thought about it. That's a very good question. Don't yawn, you'll make me yawn. Don't mention yawning. That's gonna make me yawn. It's a vicious cycle of yawning and triggering yawning. I'm gonna shift all of this along a bit. You'll have to go have a fun night finishing the hard work. Honestly, I'm actually getting hit by some tiredness, so I might call it night now. So I'll find someone to read and then I'll jump off. Let's yeah. Do. How about let's read Kaya. She's doing some Elden Ring at the moment. Yeah, go show her some love. Uh, Good artist and entertaining person all around. Some good yapping and brain rot. Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. It's nice having you all around and chatting. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night. But raid. And if you are a non-sub, robot read. You can do that. But yeah, so I shall see y'all around, and bye bye for now. Bye 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 bye. Fare thee well.